and ladies if there is. I'm trying to figure out what I want to talk about today. I keep talking about the dating thing and that. There's so much to talk about with that crap. Just so much shit. Like, it's just such a pain in the ass. You know, like women don't want to go on dates nowadays. They just want to fuck, and like that's what I see so much. And like people get into that shit way too much nowadays because everything is social media and all that crap. It's just like, Jesus, chill the fuck out, people.
Crap, I can't move! Get off me, you bloody nonce! Look out, you poker!
Like, I get it. Sex is great, blah blah blah.
Down they go! Ah! Nico, you... Oh! Whoa, crap! There and a new one! Ah! Ah!
Like, people are just so obsessed with that kind of thing, though. And I get it. People should be obsessed with something that is, you know, good, but like, jeez, man, shit is fucking insane. No matter where you go, it's always some type of perverted thing. It's always something. And like when people sit there and like talk about that stuff and that, you know, you just gotta like, okay, cool, bro. You know.
Good start. The old man can still shoot. Ah! 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 Come on, come on! Hit the bastard! Oh, that is practice. Ah! Shit! Ah! Crap!
Are we really getting jumped? No, we're gonna. Fuck you guys, eat my ass.
Smack the bugger
Oh.
down! That's what happens when I'm angry.
But yeah, it's like a 24/7 thing. I never knew, like, when I was younger and that, like, no one ever really brought that shit up that much. Like, people did, but people were, like, skittish about it and that. But as you get older and that, like, it becomes a natural thing that people just, like, have to fucking constantly talk about and shit. And you're just like, jeez, people calm the fuck down. Like, I listen to people that tell me stuff and that they're like, oh yeah, it's like these people just talk about that shit 24/7. Like, I'm talking about, you know, getting laid and shit, and like, oh, I know, it's like the new era of being a whore and shit. And it's like, no, it's always been like this. I don't know why you say it's a new era of this stuff. No, it's been like this for as long as we know.
Damn, it's that invisible bitch again.
Yeah. It's been like this for thousands of years.
It's got something.
If you want to say it hasn't, it's like, oh, it's only been happening. No, it's been happening for a long ass time now. It goes back and forth.
Sweet.
People get miserable in that because they don't have kids. They go against the whole thing that, you know, that we're supposed to do as human beings, reproduce and shit.
Shit. Nick, help me.
I actually fucking died. What a shame. But yeah, it's like a constant occurrence. Like throughout the last like say ever since I was little and that, like things have changed so dramatically. And a lot of it's because of social media. Social media has dragged a lot of people into a lot of stuff, and they want to make things easier, and that and end up like making things easier, but not in a good way. And surely people, I'm sure, probably understand that because it's fucking insane nowadays. I mean, when I was younger, now women like when I went to school now, back in high school now, like being a slut wasn't a good thing. Like people would be called out for being whores and that, and it wasn't a good thing. Me, if they sit there and say that, you know, a guy would say some stupid shit in that. Most likely, it's because you know they didn't get laid or something like that. But you know, I honestly think you know keep your virginity as long as you can. Honestly, I think being pure is the best thing. Some people think purity is like, oh, it's not cool and that. Yeah, you know what cool people do? They do the most fucking drugs that are most fucking outrageously important people. Unless they break out of that. Like, the cool ratio in that, like, people drinking and getting drunk and having sex and that. The cool thing is just going against, you're just becoming a massive fucking sinner. And then, guess what happens? A lot of people die at a young age. Or they kill themselves because they can't be part of that team. And it's like, I'll tell you right now, do what you want to do. It's way better just to be alone and do things you need to do and let people gather from, you know, the interests that you guys have. You like playing video games, that'd be a fucking dork. If you like lifting weights, then lift weights. You know, if you want to do both, like I do, then do both. You know, there's no category anymore. You can do it all. I was talking to people that work in that. Talk about lifting weights and that. You guys need to start lifting weights and building muscle and that. It's like I can get you guys fucking you know, jacked. Get you fucking yoked, because that's what I do now. I love doing that shit. And they're always like, "Well, I don't have time to do it in that." I'm like, "What do you mean you don't have time to do it? What you watch? How long do you watch TV every day?" That's the biggest thing. Like, how long do you watch TV every day? If you watch 3 or 4 hours of TV and that, then guess what? You can do it. You're just fucking lazy. You don't want to get better. You want to be miserable, and like that's fucking stupid.
That's what happens when I'm angry.
Like the new happiness is being absolutely fucking miserable, and that's just what people tend to like to fucking do. It's fucking ridiculous as hell. It's like, why do you want to be miserable? Like, and then the first thing they want to say, because I've been through it myself, you know, I kind of already know. First thing people say is, life is so bad. Life is only bad because you think it's bad. Life's not bad. Like, life is nothing. You create your own life. You make all your choices, and you have absolutely fully control of everything that happens in your life. You can choose to not deal with things. You can choose to grow up faster. You can choose to, you know, work your ass off and not fucking pay attention to anybody. You know. There's some people that literally all they do is work. They work 10, 12 hours a day, and they don't even give a fuck about everybody else. They just work, make money in that, do their gym workouts at their home and shit. You know, it makes it easy to do shit at home. I promise you, that's what a lot of people tend to do. It makes it fucking easier. And like, it does. You get a good routine going on, you get organized, you don't want to waste your time. A lot of people tend to do. I do the same thing literally every fucking damn day. I stream for about an hour or so, talk about stupid shit, kill a bunch of Zeds, whatever fucking game I'm playing at the time. And I go from there. And nothing fucking changes. It's all the same shit. It doesn't change. we'll use this one. And like, that's just how it is. And I like my routine. I found a routine. I fucking like it, so I keep doing it. And I did buy a new game about Vision of Mana. Been playing a little bit of that. Pretty good game. It's more basic compared to Trail of Mana. Trail of Mana is a really good game too, but the basis of that is like the normal Secret of Mana. Trail of Mana is fucking weird. Like, it's about sacrificing people for the mana tree and all that bullshit. And it doesn't make any fucking sense. Like, why are you sacrificing people? It's fucking weird. But anyway, like, yeah, you figure out something in your life that you like to do, and you keep on fucking doing it. You don't stop because someone else says, "Oh, you know, that's stupid." And that's like, well, that's what you want to do. You know, like, when people want to just constantly be bashing people and that for things they want to do, like, why do you care so much about other people's ideas unless it's something that you like? Like, commenting on shit, yeah. Like, that's like this bullshit status thing that people like to do, you know, thinking that their life is better than someone else's life, so they have to dictate it, and then if they get dictated to and that, they get fucking upset about it. I might tell someone, like, yeah, you have a worthless fucking person that you're with, and I think he's worthless as fuck. You know, they tend to get fucking upset and mad and shit. It's like, well, good, get upset and mad. It's like the man that you're with is absolutely fucking worthless. Or the woman that you're with is absolutely worthless. You know, there's categories of how we live life, and laws, and honor systems, and whatever kind of words we want to use that we should live by in general. Well, you know, one of the things you live by, you know, as a man, is that you have to be able to better yourself all the damn time, 24/7. I don't give a fuck. If you like energy, start doing cardio, start walking more, start doing things that amplify your energy. Because what energy you don't use is what you fucking lose. If you ran, or like, there's some people that run, and they run, you know, every single day, every fucking morning, they go for a jog. They run for like a mile or so. Every single day. And people say, well, how do you do that? Because they enjoy it. It's entertaining for them. You know. That's the thing that people do. You know, I used to be one of those guys that used to walk, you know, and run and that every morning and that for a little while and that. You know. I used to enjoy that shit. It's just wasting time because life is boring, but it's a healthy way. You know, and a lot of people intensely don't understand that because they sit on their fucking asses all damn day and literally just watch life go away. And people do that shit a lot. And I see people literally, like, people sit and watch TV for like 5-6 hours and that without completing a fucking damn thing in one day. And like it's like tedious. Like what are you doing all day? You're literally just sitting there watching TV. There's no activity going on. There's nothing that you're doing. You literally are just wasting time for absolutely fucking nothing.
Bastard! Yeah! I found ammo.
And I get it sometimes that you need to relax and that, yeah, I can't work out every single day. Like cardio-wise, yeah, but I can't like lift weights and constantly burn my muscles out because I have to recover.
Hey, there's ammo over
You know, if I could work out every day and I'd be able to recover now, I fucking would. But unfortunately, no, that's not gonna happen. So, unless I go on fucking steroids, but that's fucking stupid.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Because like the biggest thing now is people are not being on steroids anymore. They're talking about it constantly. There's people that get off the gear and shit because almost everyone takes gear. That's like the most popular steroid to take. That and Tren.
Back the bugger down.
And now it's becoming an issue because people are fucking dying. They're like, yeah, I used to be super fucking strong in that, bench press for 600 pounds and that. Like, why have all that strength when you can't fucking even keep it?
Ammo drop over
It's a bench pressing over 400 pounds. Fucking bench pressing over fucking in the high 200s is fucking ridiculous. Most people don't even do that shit.
We done 'em in real good here.
Like, getting up to 3 plates is a ridiculous amount of fucking weight. Not many things weigh that much just with pushing.
Gotcha.
Like, full body push, yeah, you could push probably like 1,000 pounds if you have really strong fucking legs, which legs are a lot stronger in general, so get your legs fucking strong as fuck. Your legs can get really fucking strong. But, like, the biggest thing is, we just don't want to fucking, you know, do anything with our body now. We don't want to advance ourselves as much anymore. Is it coming back? A little bit. I see it every now and again at the gym and that. But like, I see people like brag about people and that. And I'm just like, okay, cool. Like someone at work that was bragging about their brother or something like that. And they're like, oh, my brother's big. I'm like, no, he's not. He's not big. He's average. Like, he works out to stay athletic. He's not trying to build mass because he hasn't figured out yet that it takes a lot of fucking pain and a hell of a lot of fucking, you know, recovery to be able to build massive fucking arms or legs or whatever it is. It's not just, you know, doing a couple fucking push-ups every day and that. Yeah, you might get athletic, but you're not going to build a huge amount of muscle in that. And your strength is not going to be nearly as high. People say a lot of stuff. I always say like small, thin people, and that's like, I can nervous system strength. I can nervous system bench press 400 pounds. Well, no, exactly, because your bone structure is not strong enough. Your muscle can't handle it. Bone structure, muscle structure, your fucking nervous system, all that shit builds. Your blood changes when you fucking lift a lot of weights in that. Why? Because you get all that lactic acid in it. Your body has to become more immune to it and that. It becomes more adaptable to it. That's how some people can work out for long periods of time in that. Because their lactic acid doesn't build up as much. Your body's used to it. It's used to breaking it down faster. Yeah. There's all kinds of things that happen. You do dramatically fucking change. The thing is, not a lot of people understand that. Your mind changes, your body changes, your chemistry changes, your fucking, you know, your horniness changes. You're more fertile and shit. That's why women like fucking guys that actually have fucking muscle on them and that, because they're more fertile. Especially the more athletic you are in that, the more fertile you become. You get more fucking testosterone, you get more, you know, pheromones and shit. Women will attract to you more because of it. That's what it is. Your whole body changes, and people notice that. Men or women, they all notice that. And they see it, and they're all like, wow, you changed. Like, if I go to the gym, you know, and someone hasn't seen me in a month, and they see me now, they'd be like, wow, you look bigger. I've heard it multiple times. I get looked at more, you know, the ideas go into people's heads more, how's it happening, blah, 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 blah. It's just what it is. Guys that work out for years and years and years and years and years, they're like obsessed with it. And I gotta move around a little bit. Oh, yeah, my legs are fucking killing me. I can make sure. But yeah, you just change. Life gets easier. You get more confidence in that. You want to look at yourself and be more confident with yourself in that. Everybody wants to complete a goal in life, and a lot of it is being as strong as you can be. And I think a lot of people kind of lose track of that because it's just like, they'll take a route. Okay. They'll be like, oh, I'm more logical than that. Someone that's smart is going to lift weights just because it is a smart idea. And it's not even about, looking better. That just happens anyway, but being stronger, and trust me, you get a lot fucking stronger. You know what I'm saying? Why do I always talk about this stuff? Now, I do the same routine of talking. I talk about religion, I talk about God, I talk about dating, I talk about promoting better health and that, doing things that are actually natural for the human body to do, like move around and that. Because these are the cycles of life that we have to go through, period. It doesn't even matter. Everybody goes through it eventually. Like, I'm going through it now at 35. Some people go through it at fucking 13 or 16. That obviously, the younger you are, and you go through it, you start lifting weights, you start understanding how it is to be a man. You're gonna attract all the women in the world. You're gonna get all the pussy in the world. Like, you're gonna conquer the world because you already went through the steps of manhood. That's the whole point. Like, I saw this dad and son lifting weights at the gym and that, and he was pushing his son to lift weights. He was teaching him how to lift weights and that. You know, he's like, let's go to the gym and that, let's lift weights and that. And he's a tone fucking dude. He's rather big, tall. He's probably got a fucking nice, six pack and shit. He knows how to do it, and he's trying to tell his son this stuff. I mean, yeah, he was black, so he already had like muscle detail in general because the color of the skin always seems to muscle detail it out a little more. But yeah, he would just teach his son it. He's like a super humble person that because he nodded at me and it was cool. It was like you're teaching your son how to be strong, and that's like the biggest thing you have to do. That's why you know these single moms and that they want to teach their son. They teach their sons how to be pussies and that, and like and men die because of that because they don't know how it is to be a man. And people try to say, I listen. Some people, I get my job on that. They talk about specific things and that, and I brought up some stuff in that. We are just having a good conversation about just random shit, but it came up to be like raising children. I said most times mothers can't raise children due Pacific standard. Most times, not saying all the time, but there's a lot of times that men become simps because they follow the direction that their mom wants the real man to be. But you're not attracted to that shit. No woman is. Only humble religious women that have their virginity are always attracted to good, humble men. You attract who you are. If you're a humble, high-spirited person, you're going to attract a high-spirited person. That's how God made attraction work. You attract who you are. Say like a girl I used to hang around with and all stuff. Now we were attracted to each other because we like talking about crimes and talk about psychopaths and talk about watch horror movies together and that. It's a similarity for us. We talked about it. Despite our ages were a little bit different, because I am old, so most people I hang around with are technically always younger than me. I never hang around people that are in their fucking 30s and that much. And like all in their 20s and shit. But the idea is that we have similarities in that, and we like being close to each other. Well, however she liked it was different from me, yeah, because our ideas are different, but we still have similarities with the food that we eat. That's what I'm saying. We lost that. We don't do that anymore. We don't want to have that similarities with anyone. This is the whole point of like dating, why dating's falling apart. No one wants similarities anymore. We really want to use each other. And yes, it has to do with the feminist movement and that, and the simp movement and all that crap. Now, you get rid of simps, most women will have to humble themselves because then they'll have to go back to, traditional stuff and that, being feminine so you can get a male in that and, idolize the male in that and all that crap and that. Which you should be doing anyway because men idolize women all the damn time. But then we get tired of it, which is what's been happening nowadays. Men get tired of this bullshit. We're just like, we're done. We're fucking out. And then women bitch and moan about it, and then they want it back. Now, the Me Too movement back in fucking 2015, 2016, all that shit, the Me Too movement, that saying all women are always right and that, and then everybody, all these, liberal, high class fucking politician assholes and that fall in line with all this bullshit. Not all of them did, but a lot of them did, and they all were pushing this Me Too movement crap, and guys were getting fucking fired from their jobs and that. Like, I got fired from my job for absolutely fucking nothing when I was working at fucking White Castles and that. And, like, it was just literally a whole bunch of women. There was like 2 or 3 women, and then I guess said a bunch of shit about me that were unfortunately untrue. Maybe, like, something happened. They overinterpreted it into all this fucking shit. Because I talk about stuff on my channel and that. And, like, if anyone remember what happened, that basically, I bumped into someone and I almost ran them over because I was trying to do stuff at my job and that, and they kind of went. It was just the perfect timing. Someone went in the way. I was still, 200-pound dude, and I actually ran into someone because I didn't see him, and I caught him with my arms and that to make sure they were safe because they were, it was a woman and that she was like 130 pounds, and she wasn't, and I was trying to be gentle. And she was surprised. She had that fantasy moment because I saw it in her eyes. That's what I talked about. And I'm just like, she was like a surprise eye look, like, thank you for saving me, even though you bumped into me type stuff and almost ran my ass over because I tend to move fast when I work. And so I made a statement about it, and it was just all joking. And someone else, listened to my channel and that was like their friend or something like that, and made fucking a bunch of shit up. And then I started getting all these threatening fucking like people coming on my channel and shit like that. And I'm just like, dude, I'm like, it's like I was talking to like the person's brother or something, and I was just like, telling him, dude, I was just trying to make a statement about something that I did that was good, and you're over-interpreting it like I'm trying to get with her. And I'm like, I never established I'm trying to get with her. I work with her, like talking to her. Well, maybe you should look at how she looks at me. Maybe you should look at how she fucking hunches over and sticks her ass out in my fucking face, bro. Like, you literally don't know anything. You're just believing in gobbledygook and that. And women lie about that shit all the time and that. That's like, whatever. Don't give a fuck. And, like, I tried telling them, it's like, I have nothing to do with you, bro. It's like, I saved her life. I knew she was pregnant or whatever it was and that. And you should be thankful, be like, oh yeah, I appreciate that, but like she has a boyfriend now. It's like, it was just surprise. She had like the glistening in her eyes because she was surprised. That's how people do it when they get surprised and that, like their eyes get really fucking big. You can see like the water in their eyes from the light shining. It glistens a little bit because that's how your eyeballs fucking work. And they're trying to think I was trying to like pick her up, and I'm like, no, like she has a boyfriend. That's what it is. They instantly want to think that just because a man talks to a woman that they want to have sex with them. I say, well, if that's the case, then why don't women just spread their legs for every dude that fucking looks at them? They don't. So that's how it works. Not every man that talks. Like, if she's attracted to me, that's her own damn decision. It has nothing to do with anybody else. And so we had a conversation about that. He's trying to be all huffy and puffy now because he's listened to all this bullshit. And I'm like, dude, that's the problem. Is you're listening to a bunch of fucking. First of all, we listened to a bunch of women are just gobbledygooking a bunch of bullshit, and it wasn't even fucking true. They made up a fantasy, and the other girls that made up the fantasy about that had a crush on me. They fucking liked me too. So there you go, prime example. Like, it's fucking stupid. It's like, dude, just fucking speak the truth. Oh, you gotta make up shit because you want to get closer to me, or you want to get closer to me. And it was just a bunch of bullshit. And, you know, I got fired over it, and they made up some gobbity-googity bullshit about it, and I'm just like, dude, it's like, fuck you guys. I don't even want to deal with you guys anymore. And it's like, that's sad. A guy that's a worker that's becoming one of your better workers and that. You got a whole bunch of fucking simps in here. You got a whole bunch of feminist women in here. It's like, I can't even fucking work without being hit on. I can't even work without being eye fucked and shit because these bitches are fucking desperate as fuck for attention or for fucking cock. And you want to say I'm the bad person? How about you stop hiring a bunch of feminist fucking women and that, a bunch of simps, and maybe the world would be a better place. That's what I go to. You're not being taught to be a real fucking man. You're not going through the struggles of like strength training or mental training or even spiritual training. That you become a fucking bitch, and you want huge amount of attention just like a bitch. And yes, I say feminist women are bitches, 100%. And simps are just like them. That's why they coexist together. That's why you see simp men chasing after these feminist women and that. Like, oh, you're my princess and that. And like, yeah, some of you are hot and that, but guess what? Those feminist women don't go for simps. They don't go for over emotional men. They don't, and they won't, and they never do. They go for cocky fucking asshole dudes. And the simp guys always think, how's that? Because they're men. Men are supposed to be like that. They're supposed to be fucking assholes. We're supposed to be able to talk our fucking piece. Tell someone to fuck off. It could be in a nice way, it could be in a bad way. Like, I use the nice method. I try to be more nice and be more sarcastic and shit when I'm an asshole towards someone. And, you know, since I'm bigger than most people that I come across, they normally don't say nothing because they know they can't. Because when you got, you know, like I said before, my other video, and I say, when you got big ass arms and that, people have to respect you. Because they always want to think, how'd you get that? And when I look at other people that are big in the gym and that, they're humble. They're all humble. And why are they humble? Because they went through all that pain and suffering to be able to get that way. You get these simp, you know, bitchy ass men out there. They don't go through much of anything besides crying and bitching and victimizing themselves. And then same thing with the women. When I see a really attractive, strong woman in that, you know, she lifts weights and that, you can tell that she doesn't. Maybe she wants attractive, stick butt in some guy's face and that. They do that all the time, like fucking dogs. You know, that's what girl dogs do. They shove their ass in every guy's fucking face. Human women do that too. All women do that. All females do that. And like, we forgot about that. It's like back in the 80s now when Arnold's making movies now, you're watching Rambo, you're watching Clint Eastwood, you're watching all these masculine fucking men. They get to the top of, they're fighting people and that and saving lives and shit. Nowadays you watch all these fucking like faggots and fruitcakes and transgenders and you know guys are simps. They cuddle women and that because they're fucking creepy as fuck. Talk about creepy like like the one guy I played off the new Fantastic Four in that. You know, whatever the fuck his name is in that. And he's like a fucking weird ass motherfucker. He's like trying to like go up to the actress, try to like touch her and shit, like all this bullshit and that. And the girl's just like, what the fuck, dude? Get the fuck away from me. You're so hot. It's like, dude, grow up. So I see good looking women at the gym and that, and I actually see men actually approach these women. It's always the ugliest of dudes that approach. And women get mad about that. Then why don't the ugly dudes? Because they're simps. Simp men approach you because they idolize you. Like, number one, you're at a fucking gym. I don't sit there and I look at a woman's butt. I'm just like, that ass is nice. Mental picture in my head, go home and have my fun. I'm not going to approach you at the gym. Why? Because then I have to approach every other fucking bitch at this fucking damn gym. Because you attract to me, then other women are attracted to me because you guys are like a fucking, you know, a pinball machine. When you hit one fucking corner, all the other corners get hit because it's a ricochet. All men get that emotional ricochet. They're like, I want it, I want it, I want it, I want it. That's what they do with attention. That Like out of nowhere, they'll get attention, and then they're like, "Well, I want attention too," and then they fucking always want attention from that person. It's like, dude, shut the fuck up, just work. That's why it's hard to be with a woman that, like, say, if we went back in the old days and that, men would hang out with men and women would hang out with women. The only time you ever come across a woman in that is every once in a while that you see them that you think you're attracted to them, and then men, of course, that man to go ask her out and that, and the woman will be like, oh, go ask him out, and then he's really cute, and then he seems like he really likes you. That's what happens then. Nowadays, we're always next to women, and they want to bitch and moan. It's like, why don't you do anything? Because we're next to you all the damn time. We're getting used to you. I'm getting used to seeing your booty cheeks jiggle and shit when you fucking walk. Like one day I was going to the damn gym and I came in the gym and this girl was walking into the girls' locker room and she had jiggly ass fucking C cup titties and that, her boobs jiggling. I looked right at her titties and that, and she looked at me and I looked at her and I just walked by her. And how much crap are they gonna say? I really don't give a fuck. It's just like, what do you expect? You wear loose fitting stuff so your boobs can fucking jiggle. And you expect guys to sit there and not look. Of course they're gonna look. And you should be happy that they're like, oh, wear a fucking shirt then. Wear a shirt like everybody fucking else does. Every fucking man does that. Every man wears a fucking shirt. Some guys come in with tank tops and that. Oh yeah, they're a bunch of bitches. I see them come with the long tank tops that because they want to show off their back and that. And they don't even work out. They like do the bare fucking minimum. And you're looking at them and that, and they like, oh, I'm already done being big. I'm like, you're not even that fucking big to begin with, bro. Like, you're coming to the gym just to show off and try to get pussy, and women go look at you like you're a fucking idiot. Because women know when a man wants attraction and that, wants attention, they normally are very quiet. They don't come out there and be like, hey, girls, I got a six pack. You want to suck my dick? Most girls won't look at you. The only ones that do that are very desperate and normally unattractive women, or they think they're unattractive. And whores. Anyone that has a fucking woke mentality, or they're very progressive, which I hear that word all the time, and I think it's a progressive thing. I'm like, shut the fuck up, progressive, fucking stupid ass shit. You're a retard. That's why like, when I hear men say that and I look at them, yeah, that's why you're fucking fat with tattoos and fucking piercings, bro. Because you're a bitch. Like, progressives for fucking pussies. God. No, it's called being manly, dude. So I got someone that yeah, he's pretty cool in that. I was talking about lifting weights and that, and he was like, I hear this shit all the time. So I used to lift weights back then. And I'm like, what do you mean back then? You're like, what, 25, 26? What, in high school? I'm like, well, that's not really lifting. You just show off in front of people how much you can lift. It's not actually like get into actually building muscle and bodybuilding and shit like that. I'm like, okay, bro. And like, so how do you start doing it? There's a gym down the street, stuff like that. I said, well, just fucking go, bro. You got a car. You got a job. Go better yourself. Like, I was trying to get him to work out with me, and next I'm looking out for a workout partner and that. And I'm like, well, I'm going to give you the FYI. You're not going to stand how I do things, and you're going to be tired as fuck, and then you'll be going, God, how do you do these things? That's because men are fucking tough, and we have to stand them up the ass. We have to. And people ask me, like, how do you walk in 105-degree index of heat? That's because I'm not a bitch. That's why. I use this shit all the damn time. I used to work on my grandfather's farm in this fucking weather for hours. Sitting there, helping chop down trees and shit, or help, deal with, cutting grass and shit for 3 hours straight and shit. Like, it's all kinds of things. Like, your body can endure a lot of things. The problem is, people bitch and move like, well, if you get skin cancer and shit for being out in the sun, I'm like, who the fuck gets, like, people don't get cancer from the sun. The sun doesn't give you cancer. You get sunburnt. What gives you cancer comes from your insides. Your insides constantly fighting. Like, cancer is a mutated cell. Like if you fast and don't eat food for multiple hours in that, you go on a fasting thing, and you're not sleeping really well. That's how people develop cancer. Their cells are not cycling enough. And yes, there's actual proof of this shit. Like people that fast for 6 or 12 hours every now and again, their cells renew themselves. And they talk about how it actually works. Because when you don't have nutrition, your body doesn't fuel those bad cells, and then what happens? Them mutated cells or bad cells just die out, and then you poop it out or you pee it out, and then cancer goes away. And there's other things you can eat, so to speak, like turmeric is really good for cancerous cells. It's all the same bullshit. It's just people don't know why it happens. Well, technically we do, but they want to rely on medicines, not natural remedies. It's like if you eat fucking spicy food every now and again, spicy food cleans out your sinuses. It cleans out your blood. Or if you like eating garlic is a huge blood stimulant. And people that use like salt, pepper, and garlic all the damn time, their body's blood is going to be cleaned out a little bit more. The bacteria levels go down. That's how people have less acne than others. Some people have tremendous amount of fucking acne that. Well, yeah, you got a lot of bacteria in your blood. Bacteria is always in your blood. That's why I keep the same routine going. If I add something different that might stimulate, I'm adding G Fuel now. G Fuel has a little bit more stuff into it than my Buck Up does because it's not so heavy on like caffeine, but it has electrolytes in it. It has a bunch of other stuff in that. You know, it's a big list of shit they throw in there. And they have antioxidants, which is actually really fucking good for you. It's a new thing that, yeah. I always eat a shit ton of fucking, I eat a lot of meat in that, eat a lot of eggs, I drink a lot of water. I do the same routine every day. Every once in a while, like if I crave like a cheesecake or something, I might have a cheesecake. But sometimes, fucking, I'll eat steak and fucking potatoes all damn day. And I'll be happy to smash me some steak and potatoes. I might actually do that today. I might go up to that steakhouse and just smash me some stuff because I'm getting paid next week anyway, and I haven't been spending that much money. I think I spent probably maybe $150 so far. So I bought that game and that, which we're going to be playing later today. Damn. My biceps are healing quite nicely. I got a lot of pain in my biceps or my triceps. Yeah, they're getting big as fuck too. Ain't got much pain in my shoulders, maybe a little bit front shoulder, my pecs. My pecs got a little bit of pain in that. I slept hella good. I got home around, was like 2:30, and I go to bed till about 3, maybe 3:30. And I like to stay up a little bit in that. Yeah, it was about 3:30 or something like that, close to 4. And I woke up at like 9 something. Good sleep. I mean, I slept fucking amazing. Like I just fell asleep and I was crashing because I was so tired. Because I ate all my calories before I went to work. So I told myself, I'm just gonna work through this whole entire day. It was only a 6-hour day, but I lifted a lot of fucking weights that morning, and I was fucking just muscles were very, very tired and hurting that. And I wasn't really eating a lot at work, and we were working pretty hard. Like my job's very speedy. It's a very constantly moving type job. It's not that I pick up heavy things. That's just a lot of accuracy, a lot of speed with my hands and that. So I eventually just get fucking tired no matter what. And I had my new G Fuel with me in that, so I was sipping on that and drinking water and that. Felt a little loopy in that because I wasn't hydrated in that. And so I was sitting there going through at the end of the day, and then I'm like, damn, I'm fucking tired. I'm like, I did pretty good. Funny thing is, my weight went back up. I was at like 214. Now I'm at like 217 almost. But I did eat. I didn't eat that much. Right? Like 4, like little, like little tacos, and that wasn't anything ridiculously huge, but I had to eat something. So I haven't been eating all damn day. And my weight went back up. And I always hate the scale, how my weight fluctuates. Because, like, I know I'm not gaining fat because I pinch my fat a lot to figure out where my fat percentage is at. And all my pinch, like, the bottom stomach, my love handles, and that's where all of it grows. And it wasn't, nothing really changed. Oh, man. Okay. That's enough walking. But yeah, it's always good to get a good routine going. I think a lot of people, honest, don't. I would say this: everyone does a routine, but the routine is normally not the best routine for them. Sometimes, like you have to have an activity that moves your body. You know, for at least an hour or so, like actual activity, not just sitting there and working. Because working is an activity, but most people don't even fucking actually work. You know, it's like this one guy I used to work with, and that he was actually extremely fucking lazy. Like he would work in that, but he would be like complain about all the damn time. And I'm just like, why are you even here, bro? And like he ended up getting fired in that because you know he didn't want to work because there was something happening and shit. Instead of working, because he wanted to leave early that day or whatever, and something happened or whatever, and like he was trying to like shut down the place and that. And I'm just like, what do you like? I wasn't there. I just heard about it and that. I'm just like, oh, but typical dumb fucking person that's gonna sit there and shut down the place and that because they don't want to fucking work. I'm like, yeah, that's comical. You're just a fucking lazy ass. That's what lazy people do, is they don't want to do shit. Yeah, because you're fucking lazy, bro. That's what lazy people do. You want to sit at home all day and let life just live itself. And that's absolutely pointless because there's stuff that you can do, there's activities to do, and that you gotta promote your mind to be better than that. And it does take time sometimes, but like when you start lying to yourself about your life and shit, and then people start figuring out who you really are and that, and you start getting to that point, you're like, like yeah, you get stomped, and people fucking normally tell the truth about things. It's like they don't have to be your fucking, you know. That's the idea of a good friend. Tell me the truth about myself. A bad friend is someone that just says it's okay. You know, so I talk about being stronger and shit. I talk about being weaker and popping fucking pills and shit. Like I always ask people, and I'm like, why are you popping Advil? Oh, I'm in pain. Like, you know what pain's there for, you know, right? Pain is telling you that there's something that you don't have, and you need to have it, or it's not gonna go away. So you just numb it. Numbing the pain doesn't get rid of the pain. It numbs it. Advil, all those painkillers, all it does is numb shit. It numbs your fucking body. It doesn't really get rid of fucking headaches. Yeah, it might stimulate your blood a little bit. Okay, well then eat more garlic. Like, there's other ways to stimulate your fucking blood. Exercise more. People that are athletic never get fucking headaches. Because they're athletic, their blood flows perfectly fine. Their heart pumps through it. Drink more water. Hydrate yourself more. That's literally what it is. Hydrate more. Your blood needs water. If your blood's too thin, then your blood's not thin enough, it doesn't flow right, and then your body produces ways of trying to make it flow right. Your body auto works itself. You don't have to work it at all. But if you stay athletic, that's why little kids don't get headaches that much. Why little kids don't have a lot of problems. Well, they're young, and that has nothing about being young. Their body's new. You have to keep up with it. Like, you're energetic as fuck. You like to do things that. You're constantly always wanting to do stuff that's exciting. That's what kids do. No, it's like anyone can think back when they're a child and how great they do things and how they're always encouraging to show off and shit, encouraging to lose as much energy for that day and that because they're excited about everything. That's how real life should be in general as a person. People that never lose that excitement because they're always like, oh, I'm gonna do this, do that, do this, do that. And guess what happens? Their life gets so much better now. I know people that are my age and that were ripped, lean guys when they were in high school and that. They're still like that now. They say, well, age, it has nothing to do with your age. It has all to do with your mentality. That are you willing to keep it up? I always say it like this. If there's something wrong with you, do the opposite. If you're fat, get skinny. If you're weak, get strong. Now, these categories really fucking matter a lot because people don't want to look at from these perspectives that much. And then they get fucking mad when people tell them, like, hey, you're overweight. Oh my god! And that's why you're overweight, because you got all these damn feelings and shit. Why do people want to get upset about someone telling them to be better? Like, well, they're mostly inclined to think that they're okay, and most people lie to themselves, and they lie to themselves a lot. They want to believe that it's okay to be that way, and it's not okay to be that way, because that's why you weren't that way when you were younger, why are you that way now? Well, there you go. People blaming on age, like, your body, all your body wants to do is keep you alive. You can enable your body to, keep it healthy. Things don't change. People say, I used to be really active that when I was younger. Why are you not active now? Why are you not at the gym now? Why are you not doing cardio every day? Why are you not doing this? Your mind's been determined that you're healthy or that you're okay, but you're not. That's how your mind works. Your mind can be faked out, but your body shows the truth.
Jeez, that's a big one. Can't breathe. Poison. You like that? Gotcha. Tell you what, that's not saying she's organic.
And the thing is, that's how our minds work. And the ones that get upset about it the most are the ones that know they need the help.
Crap! Chainsaw massacre time! Beats a Friday night kebab. Just. Makes you cough, doesn't it? Shit! Ah! Makes it...
And they know they need the help and that, but they don't want to get it. I mean, it's just how it's just like the psychology of the brain that like that's literally how we actually work. It's kind of weird that people want to think that we don't work like that. It's like yes, that's how you exactly work. We categorize ourselves as how we want to think that we are. And sometimes people will literally use what they call the counter argument. So use someone else's statement to make them believe that they're okay. Which means they'll try to say that someone that I don't even fucking know, someone they never met before. Well, this one person that, he says, I'm in good shape in that. And I'm just like, it doesn't matter what anybody says, it matters how you actually are. Your actions, the way you look, describes exactly how you are. Like, that makes no sense. And why do people do that? Well, is it a fear? I think it is. I think it can be.
Beats a Friday night kebab. I didn't disagree with you. Feeling green around the gills? Please tell me that's not a chainsaw he's carrying. Yeah! I'm on fire! Good stuff. Gotcha.
Because I listen to these like arguments all the time and that. That's always just excuses. That's just purely just if you don't have the willpower to do it, then get the willpower. Do something that's easy activity in that. Because if you're miserable in that because you don't want to act on the things that you know that you're good at, you know that you want to do, then well, fuck, dude, that's your issue right there. Like, being scared of yourself is the biggest, stupidest fucking thing ever. And it's difficult to not do it because everybody seems to go through that ratio of doing that shit.
Keep using the pod. I'll see if I can get your fingers stuck in it.
And they destroy their whole entire lives with that shit. And they do. It's a sad thing. Oh, this gun's so cool. Yeah, this gun's actually really fucking good. It looks so cool though, like the design of it.
Keep the Zeds out of that area.
It's gonna be fun. And these are things that people go through their whole entire life about. Like, when you're not praised as a kid, kids don't get praised as much as other kids do. It gets to that point where you're starting to categorize yourself as being not as good as someone else or whatever it is. I do.
Poison! I can't breathe! Hit the bastard! Cut you down to size, pal.
Another thing that I have to say that I do see a lot, especially with
An awful lot of
people that have trauma,
Hits the spot.
they want to live in their fucking past life that doesn't exist anymore. Like they go back to their memories and that, and they want to watch like a movie or something like that. Which you know, it's okay and that, but they actually want to be in that past life. Like I did an experiment with myself in that where I thought about the most happiest time in my life, and the most like the time that I really, really, really loved what I was doing. I was playing Shining Force 2, the game I love. One of my favorite games of all time. That and Phantasy Star, and that I played that shit a lot when I was younger. Now.
pod shutting down.
And I was a kid. I think I was like 4 years old when I played it.
Hey, there's
And I used to play the shit out of it. I used to be super obsessed with getting stronger. Like, I was obsessed with strength. And, like, I always liked to get as strong as I could.
there's a weapon here.
And my brothers played it, you know. Me and my brothers all played it and shit, you know. We used to rent it from Blockbuster and that. Used to play it in that.
Reloading, reloading. There's a new Sweeney Todd in town.
And, like, we played the shit out of it. And then we only had it for a week and that.
Tear of a new one.
And no, we only played like a couple hours after school and shit because, you know, we only had so much time to fucking play it because, you know, we had school and shit.
Shit.
And, like, it was one of my favorite games. And I really liked the demon killing also that being the hero and shit like that.
Shit.
You know, I really, really enjoyed that stuff. And then I always did, even when I got older, and I was obsessed with mythology and that.
Good stuff. Punch you down to size, pal. Shit. Oh. We done him in real good here. Shit.
But yeah, I was like really obsessed with mythology and stuff. And I was watching a lot of Dragon Ball Z, and I was really into Dragon Ball Z and that. And I started learning about like chakra and stuff like that when I was younger now, when I was like a teenager now. But anyway, I go back to my, you know, my happy story place. I really like Shining Force 2 and that. I like, you know, fighting against the demons and that, and fight back, you know, evil entities and that. And like,
Ammo drop over here.
my heart always wanted to be a savior of some sort. I always wanted to save people in that, or do something that would help people out in that. And like, so I went through my life in that to, you know, do that stuff. So I started to learn how it was to be, you know, more like Jesus in that. And I got into the Bible and that when I was younger a little bit and trying to understand certain things and that, and it just kind of, I just started attracting to it in that. Out of nowhere, I just liked it. And so, every time I go back to my happy place and that, I always enjoyed it. It's like I could live that life forever if I had that same mindset and that. I was just like, okay, I'm just like totally in tune with animation and shit. Every time I get home and that, before I went to bed and that, I used to put on Toonami at 9 o'clock. It was like 9 to 11 or something like that. I'd stay up and watch Toonami on the cable TV and that, watch Dragon Ball Z, watch Yu Yu Hakusho and, you know, Inuyasha and that. I used to like watching Inuyasha and shit because Kagome had a big ass rack. We always used to see her in like the hot springs and that. They show off her big huge titties and shit. I'm like, yeah, big ass boobs. Cool. But I was regulated through all that stuff about, you know, being strong, being a hero and that, and I always want to do that. You know, and I always ask myself if I can save people, save a couple people's life or one person's life, and that, you know, I could be okay. You know, that'd be my legacy. You know.
Punch you down to size, pal.
And that's one of the things that I kind of just always put myself into doing. And I did. I saved a couple of people's lives in my life, and and I taught some people, things that changed their lives around. And I want to say that I'm doing really good, with that stuff. That's my idea of having a good life, is to be able to sit there and help other people out and try our best to save them.
Gotcha.
For when they have issues and that, because I think people should work like that. That's how people used to do it back then.
Ammo drop.
You always listen to old people. Let me give you some good advice and that, don't drink and drive. It could save your life. And, people always want to think about those things and that, and and they put it in your head. It's like, oh no, man, we should be drinking and driving, bro. That's not good for us. And they're always like, oh, if you want to be cool in that, they're like, yeah, cool is just being a stupid idiot. I'm just like, yeah, you could be cool in that. You could sit there and do a bunch of drugs and have all the sex you want. That it comes down to being a fucking sinner, and when you're more of a sinner, your life is more wrecked for you. And let's say you can't be saved. I think everyone can be saved. It's just you're just stupid right now. Some people just don't want to be saved. They don't want to be happy. They'll stay miserable their whole entire life. They'll do the same thing over and over again. They'll go completely fucking insane and sit there and and still like my ex, for instance. It was one of the things that me and my ex talked about, and that she brought up her past, and that it was a good thing though. What she talked about, and that, it's a very understanding thing. A lot of people go through it when they're fucking 17, 16 years old. Now, and she said I wasn't part of a group in school. Now, like I want to be cool in that. I want to be part of the cool group or whatever the fuck it is in that, because I wasn't, I didn't know I was doing that. So I stopped being a goody little tissue. And I'm like, what do you mean goody little tissue? It's like, well, like the word bad doesn't like interest you to not do something. So then she became a pothead, and then she started like drinking and that, and then she started having sex and that. And now look at her life. I said, now look at your life. Yeah. You're doing all these things and that. You're destroying yourself completely. And then you want to sit there and now you're just bitching and moaning about the life that you personally destroyed because you made bad decisions, even though you were raised right. Because she had a relative that was really close to her now that actually tried to raise her right. And one thing she always says, like, well, that person. You folks call spam. I haven't spam called me in a while. And so this person that, that raised her and that was someone really close to her and that. And I said, she said something about, well, she likes you for whoever I am and that. I said, yeah, that's what humble people do. The problem of it is, the trick of it is, they say that because they want you to change. They don't like the way that you are. They're trying to make you happy. But you need to change for yourself, and that's the whole point of it. Someone could give you all the knowledge in the world. You could take knowledge and do absolutely nothing with it if it's good knowledge. Like I can tell everybody, when you hit 18 years old, get a job, doesn't matter where it's at. Probably get a job at a fast food place and that. It sucks. People say, oh, that's a bad job and all that stuff. And I'm like, gotta start somewhere. Making money is making money. If you don't pay bills in your house and that, you're just making pure money. That's where 50% of most people's money goes towards, if not more, goes towards bills. But if you're living scot-free in that, just save up money. Every paycheck. You can spend one paycheck, save the other paycheck. Or spend a little bit of both paychecks, but try to save a full paycheck. So spend half and half of each paycheck, because you're probably going to anyway for most times. Because you want to go out and do shit and that, blah, 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 be part of society and that, cool. But always try to save at least one fucking full paycheck. Especially if you're not paying a lot of bills and that. Maybe like your cell phone bill or your like internet and stuff like that. Cheap ass shit, 45, 50. You might spend like $100 a month with that shit. Cool. But that's what you do. Save it up. And then on your days off and that, go out and have fun. Just don't spend too much money on that. If you want to have fun, just being a dork and that, being on the internet and that, and playing games and shit, do that. You'll be way better off doing like that. It does save you a lot of money now. Okay. I need a... I'm getting going. There's another shoe at. That's the categories that, you know, people could do. Some people like to go out and waste all their money at bars and shit, being stupid as fuck and that. Hang out with friends and that, and like go to places that blow all their paycheck and that. And then you get put into that position too. Hey, what's up? You know, it's best to organize yourself while you're young. You can still have fun, still be a little stupid in that, but organize yourself when you're young in that, because in the long run, you're gonna be hella secure while everybody else is still drowning in debt. And everybody is sitting there either had a bunch of kids and shit, offsprings they don't fucking need in that, because they fuck everything. These are the morals that you have to stand by. Like, it doesn't matter where you work at. Working's working. You can always upgrade yourself. Why is there no one, bro? I was like, I don't know. People are at work in that. Most people I have are not even like in this country. And most people are at work, or the younger people are at school and shit. But yeah, if you can organize your life while you're young in that, and get your shit kind of, you know, to understand like how money works, understand how health works, understand how dating works and that, life gets better. The biggest dating advice in that, don't chase women. Don't ever chase women. Chasing means that you idolize them. No, that's all about coming a big YouTuber, bro. I just try to share good advice to people. Because this world has no good guiders anymore. Most influencers, or not even influencers, are just fucking shitty ass people that call themselves influencers. They're just in it for the fucking money. People lack like learning lessons. They think after school and that you should stop learning. No, learning never stops. Because what you learn in school doesn't really do anything. Like, you stop learning after 8th grade, basically. Okay. Everyone stops learning after 8th grade. Like, high school is absolutely fucking pointless. And the job requirements for someone to get a job at like 14 or 15 years old and go through the cycle of understanding how it is to work, the work reality would be way fucking better. Like, honestly. And a lot of it's because it's not forced. Our government or our State Department doesn't force specific things like that. They literally cater to kids to be fucking stupid as long as they can. Just sit there and go to school and be like, college is for everybody now. You can't make it unless you go to college now. I know plenty of people that never went to college now, and they're multi-million-dollar people. It has nothing to do with that. Them are the limitations people actually think because they're pushed into that because of school. Like, people that went like to tech school or trade school during high school and that, like some people went for like computer engineering and shit like that, they're all millionaire people. They might not be, you know, the most attractive people, that kind of fucking, you know, disturbing and shit, but yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna get going on that. Anyway, you guys have a good day. God bless tonight. Keep positive in that and work your ass off out there. Don't ever stop. Keep your ass busy. Don't sit there and watch too much shit on TV and that. And like, before you go to bed, you want to crack out 2 hours of anime, cool. But during the daytime when you're supposed to be active, get off the fucking damn TV. Get off the video games, you know. Try to keep yourself going on that. If you want to do a little bit of it, cool, but don't spend fucking 4 or 5 hours on that shit. Because it's just too much. And your life will be, all crappy. Anyway, you guys have a good one. See ya.